Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Node Investor here, bringing you a quick update on the market. Crazy action today. Tons of selling going on right now. We've seen a lot of breaks, a lot of resistance, or excuse me, a lot of support levels getting taken out here. So let's look at these charts. Quick market update here. So I did a video yesterday talking about the downtrend that was in place, whether it was a bear or a correction. Bitcoin hadn't broken yet, and today we saw that big break, drove a lot of selling in some of these other altcoins. You'll see here as we go through the prices. Bitcoin down 666, 23.41. Ethereum 209, and briefly I saw it here just right before I started recording this. It was down in the 180s. So we'll look at that. Dash breaking down 11%. 173, Litecoin 44.88, Monero $39, Ripple 18 cents. Ethereum Classic $14, Pivx down to $1.68. Zcash $189, Factom $15, down 25% today. NEM finally breaks down. It was holding all day. I was looking at the charts, and literally before my eyes, someone sold a ton of NEM, and you saw this big stick down in the chart. So we'll take a look at that. But breaks down really sharply. Major support level broken there. 12 cents, and lumens basically 1.5 cents. So let's look at the Bitcoin chart real quick. So this is what we were looking at yesterday. So in my last video, I was talking about these support levels hadn't been taken out yet. So far, so good. Some of the other ones definitely had been. Altcoins were already in a bear market. Several of them were down 50, 60% or more. As we know, Ethereum had been the weak one for the last several weeks, leading the altcoins down. We have had some leaders holding up, Litecoin, but Dashcoin, right? Dash was another one, but even them, they're getting hit right now. So here's Bitcoin. You can see we had the big break today. Volume came in pretty heavy on the downside. A lot of that people suspect is just selling in anticipation of August 1st. You know, the SegWit 2x activation, potential forks, disagreement there will likely cause a lot of volatility in the pricing until we figure out the new direction. Worst case scenario is it's a split camp and you have two competing currencies. Best case scenario, everybody agrees on a direction and we move forward. Things stabilize at that point. So leading into that, some people are just getting out of the way, taking profits. I'm doing a little bit of that with the breakdown today. So going into today, some of you have asked what's kind of been my trading position, what's been my allocation. I tend not to share a lot of that on these videos because I'm typically a little bit more active than some folks. So maybe by the time you see the video or see my numbers or my portfolio allocation, it may have changed and maybe drastically, right? So I typically have a core holding and then I'll do some trading around that. But right now, going into the video yesterday, I was about, I want to say around 20-25% fiat. And so I was holding some Bitcoin still. I had been pretty much out of Ethereum since the break around the 300s. And, you know, with some small trading aside, but pretty much out of it as far as holding core position. Had been very heavy in Litecoin. That's been my leading position. Litecoin was probably representing a good 30-40% of the portfolio. That was by far my biggest holding. And then some other things, right? So that's really it. So the two yesterday were fiat and Litecoin, some Bitcoin, and some other things. And going into today, have lightened up on that, further increased my fiat position. I'm up to about 50% now. So definitely just going to step aside. That's just me taking some profits here, protecting profits on some other positions. And, you know, if you have some big losers, some weak ones that are breaking support, cutting those. But we're very extended right now, so things could bounce. We're definitely had a sharp move down. So let's look at some of the other charts. So here's Bitcoin, right? How low could this go? Before we move to the other charts here, right now we're kind of at this juncture. We've broken the 50-day. It's not on this chart, so let me go to one of the other ones here. So here's Bitcoin on the GDAX. So this teal green line might be a little hard to see here, is the 50-day moving average. We had been holding it, so far up until today was doing pretty good, and then today was a pretty good break of that. Definitely a bearish sign. You don't like to see that. That's a key support level. Now we're looking at horizontal levels. Where's the next level that it's going to hold? The big last congestion that we had was this level. Also corresponds with some of the extreme lows we've seen in the last sell-off. So this 2100 area around there is going to probably be the next level that holds if these get taken out. So if today's low gets taken out, which was 2250 or so, which corresponds with this low down here around 2260, if that gets taken out, the next stop is going to be around just above 2000. And so that's definitely in the realm of possibility, especially going into the next couple of weeks on Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum again continues to break. You can see here I have some areas highlighted that have been areas that I've watched for support. I talked about this a little bit yesterday as far as some of the levels we can go down to, and we're basically right there. We're definitely stretched a little bit here. Volume has been really high, so I could see a little bit of bouncing in here, but no doubt a big sell-off today. A lot of people just continuing to sell on this downtrend. So right now, if this low 200 area doesn't hold on a closing basis, and it's already undercut it a little bit today, if it doesn't hold on a closing basis, next stop, as I mentioned in my last video, is this 160 area. So 150, 160 is certainly in the cards now. That will continue to lead more selling in the altcoins if we see Ethereum break down further to those levels. Let's look at Litecoin. So here's Litecoin holding that 30 EMA average today, touched it, bouncing a little bit here, but certainly getting hit just like everything else, pulling in, still holding up the best overall, but the pressure is definitely in the markets, and even the leaders are getting hit right now. Let's look at Dash. Dash again taking a really good hit to the downside. Was a little weak yesterday, but still holding that 10 period EMA, and then today just kind of cutting through both moving averages down to 171, was as low as 164 earlier. Some of the other ones that I was looking at was NEM was holding up, and then just literally today just saw a big stick down. We'll see if that was just a shakeout, but did not look well earlier. So let me zoom in here. You can see the support level that I've been watching kind of bouncing, was looking really good even today with all the selling. And then let me see if I can zoom into a shorter time period to show you guys. Just literally saw a huge spike down. Look at that. And so I was watching the NEM chart when this happened, and I'm going, okay, NEM's starting to break down a little bit below the support, and then just this huge spike down followed by this huge spike up. So maybe just a shakeout. Crazy action on NEM. That was a huge drop. I think that was down like 18% in a matter of 5 minutes, and bouncing right back. So not sure what that was. That was somebody just unloading a ton of NEM. Maybe capitulation selling, maybe the final low there. Time will tell. It's bouncing right now, as you can see. So not off my radar, but definitely no action to be taken on NEM at this point. So just crazy action in the market right now, guys. A lot of volatility. You'll see those extreme lows. If you have stops in place, those are the type of big sell-offs that'll just take your stops out, and you potentially could have been stopped out at these lows if you have those stops in place. So all around, the charts just all look the same. Look at Stratus. Remember I mentioned this support level that was key to hold, and we were at a juncture. This top descending trend line was right there. Sure enough, a few days back it broke support. Since then has just been all the way down. I mentioned a few videos back that if that support level was taken out, we would see it retrace all the way back to this level back here, and that's basically what we've done now. You can see it hit all the way down here today. Volume was very extreme today, the highest we've seen in a long time. So potentially some capitulation selling there. The last of the sellers showing up and saying can't take any more and getting rid of all the Stratus. But if you look at the dollar level, Stratus is down to $3 or something. So has had an incredible move down. very bearish after that support level was broken. So would not be unusual to see a big bounce here, but at this point there's really nothing to do. We need more time. I mentioned in a newsletter I sent out today, the way to play this is just patience, guys. You know, if you have some extra fiat, it's going to be tempting to do some shopping here. And hey, if you're just getting in now and prices are this low, this is probably a good point. But I'm gonna wait. That's just me. That's just how I play this. I'm gonna wait, especially going into the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna watch this closely to see some of this action, see what starts forming bottoms, see what's bouncing, and then going into August 1st, what's leading the pack on the way up. Assuming we go up after that, and we might not, depending on what happens with Bitcoin. So just that's why I'm waiting. Just gonna stay on the sidelines with a large portion. I'm still invested, as I mentioned, about 50%, mostly Litecoin, a little bit of Bitcoin, and just some other things, but just gonna be keeping it conservative for now, and watching these markets as they play out. So just selling across the board. There really wasn't a place to hide. Let's hop over to CoinMarketCap real quick. Yeah, and so there you have it. So market cap now is down to $84 billion here. Bitcoin, just a big break, leading the way down. Ethereum following suit, down 11%. Ripple down 13%. Litecoin down 6%. Ethereum Classic down 4%. You know, just I would have expected this to be down a lot more with Ethereum going down. So that one's held up pretty nicely here. But you can see just no place to hide. Everything is taking a big hit. The altcoins are taking double-digit hits, and that's to be expected. They will magnify the downtrend for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Bitcoin goes down 5-6%. You're going to see double digits on these altcoins. So hang in there, guys. There's a lot of volatility, a lot of selling across the board, widespread selling. I think it's a lot of reallocation, people getting out of the altcoins, going into some of the bigger cap names, but just red everywhere. No place to hide today. Everything's getting hit. So I will keep you guys posted. Just wanted to bring you this quick update on the markets. I'm expecting a little bit of a bounce here, but I don't know if it's a viable bounce at this point. I'm expecting some sellers to start showing up once we bounce into some of the resistance here. So keep you guys in the loop. Until next time, take care.